want to talk a little bit about my journey. And as mentioned earlier, I've experienced pregnancy loss. Found out in 2016, my husband and I, that we were pregnant. And of course, all the excitement, the joy, everything that comes along with that. However, at 24 weeks, we lost our daughter. We found out at one of our normal appointments that she no longer had a heartbeat. There was no explanation for it, and the doctor said that, this will never happen again, because it was inexplicable. And so it brought upon a lot of devastation, especially because as a person of faith, someone who believes in God, someone who truly trusted God and was, excited, prayed, and thanked God, everything for this, beautiful bump of joy that we were going to bring into the world. For that to happen, it brought a humongous, just amount of depression on me and my husband. And so it was extremely devastating. And initially I was thinking, of course, you never know. I was like, if we have a child 10 years from now, I'll probably still have in the back of my head this child that we lost. If we have a child, or if we get pregnant and have a child within the next few months, still in the back of my head, I'll be thinking about this loss. But my rationalization was that if we go ahead and have a child, have a successful pregnancy, it will diminish the loss that we just suffered. And so my husband and I tried again, got pregnant right away, and seemed to be the absolute perfect pregnancy. Made it beyond the 24-week mark, and we were so happy because up until there, we were holding our breath, especially me. I was just, just trying to hold on and make sure, but every single appointment, everything was perfect, everything was good. And we found out we were having a little boy, and he was just moving, dancing, everything. And we were just so happy, beyond thrilled once we made it past that 24-week mark. However, at 27 weeks, I was admitted to the hospital and ended up having to have an emergency C-section. The doctors thought that this boy would be completely fine because he made it to 27 weeks. He's much bigger than the prior pregnancy, where I ended up having uterine growth restriction, and the baby was extremely small, our stillborn baby girl. So our baby boy was much bigger, so they expected him to do so much better, that he would be perfectly fine, that he would, just stay in the NICU for a little while, and then we would be able to take him home. Nothing, no issues. However, after a few hours, he passed away. And it broke me, literally. I just did not want to do anything. Barely wanted to get out of bed, barely wanted to work. Anything else that I may have been passionate about, no longer had a passion for. And I just really wanted to give up on life. I didn't understand it. I, felt that God was nowhere to be found, and I just was not interested in anything related to God after the loss of our baby boy.
Man. And I remember seeing you going through both those losses and not even really knowing what to say. And I know that a lot of people, go through that. Like, what do you say when you are, dealing with that? Because I was excited, I was like, oh, baby, and so how did you reconcile your faith in that time?
During that time, I lost my faith. I'm pretty sure there was a semblance of faith remaining, but I didn't feel at all connected to God anymore. I didn't feel any sort of solace in prayer. That's something that I always turn to. I was just like, I can pray. I can always pray and feel connected to God and, hear from God. And at that point, I didn't feel any sort of solace. So I didn't pray. And it took several months. It was like, for God to essentially send a wake-up call, like, hey, I'm still here. I still love you, and I never left you. But it took several months of me being in this pit, essentially, and where I just could not reconcile this that was happening to us, that had happened to us, with the God that I served.
Especially twice.
Yes. And
you're like,
back to back.
Hello, God.
Exactly.
Like, did you mean to do this twice? Or, you know, so, I mean, in all of that, I mean, I can imagine it's difficult to find peace in that. So, like, in searching for that peace, like, what did you do? Like, did you try to listen to music? Did you try to read? Did you try to, like, what did you try to grasp for to get that peace?
Honestly, I wallowed. I just took my time, and I was just like, I'm gonna cry. You know, last time I felt that I moved on from the depression, I tried to pick myself up. I tried to continue to pray, tried to continue to rely on God, who He said, you know, He is, who I knew Him to be. But this time I wallowed in my misery, in my